And let's bring in former chief of detectives for the NYPD and ABC News contributor Robert Boyce. Bob, the big question on everyone's minds is, why do we see this so often now? What is behind this recent string of shootings here in the United States?
Mona, obviously, we're going into the warmer months right now, and you will see the biggest increase in shootings throughout the whole year is in May and June. But you see the hot-blooded nature of a lot of these things. They're in immediacy, and they're able to get a hold of a gun almost immediately as well. There's 400 million guns in this, in excess of 400 million guns in this country, and that's the big problem. People who are able to get them quickly, who shouldn't have them in their hands to begin with. And they're really looking at a dispute for the most part. But there's other things as well, social gatherings where something happens, someone pulls out a gun. These are tough times, and it's all about the amount and the easy accessibility to get that gun in their hands.
And some of those guns that you mentioned showing up at the airport as well. The number of guns found at airport checkpoints is up, with the TSA reporting that more than a 10% increase in recovered firearms for the first quarter of 2023 compared to the same time last year. The agency says 93% of the guns recovered were loaded. Why do you think more people are trying to travel with loaded firearms?
Well, a lot of these guns are legally possessed, and they just don't know how to do it. There's a process to moving your gun around the country if you wish to do that. If you're a security or a police, there's a process. We all know it. You have to notify the airline before you get there. They can either decline, you're not allowed, or let you do it in a safe manner. I think it's ignorance, a lot of this. A lot of these guns are not illegally possessed. It's too often. And they don't think they're going to get caught in the TSA by a TSA agent, which they're wrong. They will be. And that's the issue there, too. It's just they're moving more and more guns in the hands of people who don't know what to do, know how to move them about the country. And there's a feeling of they're afraid for their own safety. That's true too, but mostly there's a process here. They have to obey the process.
And Bob, as we try to figure out why we're seeing this more and more often, law enforcement has also said that a rise in privately manufactured ghost guns is a compounding problem. According to the California Attorney General's office, in 2015, state law enforcement agencies seized a total of 26 ghost guns. By 2021, that number had increased to more than 12,000. Do you think that stricter legislation at the federal level is necessary to deal with this?
I do, and it has to be done immediately, because the ghost gun is the biggest threat to urban areas in the country. In New York City, there's a large spike in recoveries of these things. Now, you can just walk into any gun store and buy a frame for a weapon and then assemble it with parts from the internet. So we can't have that, and that's what's going on. And with no serial number, it's untraceable. This was purposely done. So it's the biggest problem we have. It should be a federal crime, and it hasn't been yet, from what I understand. And the trafficking in these things as well. In New York City, where it's no longer the iron pipeline where you get it from the South or states with lax gun laws, but people are buying these and putting them together in the city itself. And we're making arrests on those things with very little skill set necessary. You can buy these weapons, assemble them, and then get an extended magazine off the internet. The only hard part of it here is acquiring ammunition. That's the only difficult part. But it's more and more they're going against this.
All right, Bob Boyce, thank you so much for your insight. We appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.